Stunning and brave moment for Marvel Studios, everyone. Marvel promotes executive who promised more trans characters in Disney superhero films. And of course, we all know about this person, right? Victoria Alonso. She is someone who has been very terrible for Marvel. She's someone who's been very terrible for the MCU in general, for just Hollywood in general, for the fans. She's just awful. Let's just put it that way. So Marvel Studios promoted Victoria Alonso as the new president of physical, post-production, visual effects, and animation this week. A woman whose studio Kevin Feige described as an incredible partner and part of our team since the very first Iron Man. And they continue to give her more power. They continue to give her more control. And it's, you know, it's not a coincidence that we continue to see the quality of Marvel films continue to decline at the same time that she continues to get more power. She's not the only problem with Marvel Studios. Kevin Feige himself has kind of become a problem for Marvel Studios because he has very much embraced a lot of the woke insanities, but she definitely isn't helping any of that. She is one of the most dynamic, candid, and accessible executives in the industry, and we're thrilled that she'll continue to be by our side in this elevated role as we lead Marvel Studios into the future, said Feige. Maybe she has some like blackmail on Feige or something, you know, some dirt or something. I wouldn't be surprised. That's basically how Hollywood operates. If Alonso's past statements provide any indication, she will certainly aid in Marvel's Phase 4 plan, which is aimed to be more inclusive and diverse in its programming. Last November, she apologized to trans actor Rain Valdez, saying, "I perhaps have not 100% done right by you." Alonso then told the audience of the Outfest Legacy Awards that as long as I am at Marvel Studios, she will lobby for more trans characters in Marvel superhero films, which means absolutely nothing, because she can be up there on stage and be like, yes, I will push to put more trans characters in Marvel films, and then just do absolutely nothing about that. She'll use that whenever she needs to in order to continue to gain power and use that as, you know, a scapegoat or as a tool in order to continue to push the different agendas that they need to. But in the long run, they don't really actually care about these types of things. Disney owns Marvel Studios, as we all know, and, you know, we all know how Disney is turning out as they continue to double down on a lot of the grooming nonsense going on. Speaking to Nuke the Fridge in 2019, Alonso described the XMen name as being dated due to its exclusion of female superheroes, which is so stupid on so many levels. So many levels, but, you know, we won't get into any of that. You know, it doesn't take, well, maybe it does take common sense in order to see that, but yeah, you shouldn't have to have common sense to see just how ridiculous that whole argument is about how the X-Men name is now super bad, and it's really weird because these types of people will talk about how X-Men has always been super woke and progressive and stuff, but at the same time, they'll talk about how problematic X-Men has always been, especially with like the name and stuff. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. These people are so contradictory in their arguments and everything else. It's ridiculous, but Kevin Feige has given her very, very high praise and says that she is basically a complete angel and she is going to be the future, the bright hope for the Marvel Studios and everything else. And it's just ridiculous. These, you know, it's all just nonsense coming from Marvel Studios these days. I don't have any faith in this studio anymore. I don't have any faith in what they're doing. I think that they are continuing to go in really stupid, foolish directions for the company and everything else and for the franchise. And I think people are starting to lose more and more interest in what they're doing. I could be wrong about that, but I guess we'll continue to see how things pan out. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Leave a like, subscribe here to Geeks and Gamers, and also check out the website. We'd appreciate that a lot, and we'll talk to you all in another video very soon.